So good afternoon. It's always an honor and pleasure to speak at this event. Before I get started, I want to acknowledge we have a school board member, Dr. Kennedy, if he could please stand to be recognized this afternoon, attending with his wife, Anna. And then if you are an employee of Pasco School District, if you could please stand and be recognized. If you could give them a round of applause as they stand, I'd appreciate it. While I have the extraordinary opportunity to hold the title of superintendent, I work shoulder to shoulder with the best in this business to serve a community that we all love. And it is truly a pleasure to be able to share with you today about the great things happening in Pasco. So our tagline is, we are Pasco. And that's how we do it. And for us, it's not just a tagline or a quote or something we wear on a t-shirt. I mean, it does make for a good t-shirt, I'm not gonna lie. But really for us, it's about a collective commitment where we all embrace our collective responsibilities, stand in the gap, and bridge the divide, especially for our most vulnerable and marginalized populations, by centering student voice and amplifying belonging. We put students first to make learning last a lifetime, and then nothing brings more joy to my heart than to see the wonderful faces of our students who take advantage of the quality education that we provide in amazing facilities in Pasco. So we have 25 schools, soon to be 27, and I'll share a little bit more about that today. Currently 17 elementary, 4 middle, 4 high schools, 4 virtual learning opportunities, and 1 early learning center. I was just there this morning. It's an entire building full of 3- and 4-year-olds. If you can't be happy there, I can't help you. It is the happiest place on earth with little tiny chairs. It makes me smile. We have just over 19,000 students, just short of 3,000 employees. Our student population, almost 75% of our families qualify for free and reduced lunch. 35% of our students meet the definition of a multilingual learner, an English language learner. 56% of our students come to us already knowing another language other than English, primarily Spanish, Russian. We house and support and really celebrate the largest dual language program in Washington State as an outward expression of our commitment to bilingualism. Bilingualism is an asset. We provide that opportunity for any student that wants to provide or to start that journey to be bilingual in kinder and be supported kindergarten through 12th grade, coming out of our system as bilinguals, multilingual learners who not only can read, write, speak, and engage in 2 languages, but also have a high language or a high proficiency in what it means to be a contributing member to a diverse population and community. We embrace a strategic plan that's really centered on a foundation of 5 100% goals, where we expect students will read on grade level in their language of instruction by 3rd grade. We want them to pass algebra by the end of 9th grade. Some of our students do that in 7th or 8th grade, but we want all of them to do that by the end of 9th grade. We know that it's a precursor to higher level mathematics, which can be a predictor of school after high school. We also want our students to be on track for graduation at the end of 9th grade. Students who are not on track by the end of 9th grade are 40 to 60% more likely to drop out of school, and so that is a very important data point for us. We also want our students to graduate, but not just graduate, we want them to graduate with a career path, and I have an exciting way we're focusing on that I'll share a little bit later in the presentation. We also want 100% of our students to have meaningful connections and hope for their future. So I did want to, I think it was just last year I was in front of you, it seems like a lifetime ago, asking you for your support around our bond election, and I'm proud to announce that our bond did pass. It was the only bond in Washington State to pass during that election cycle. Oh, thank you. It really is evidence of a true commitment from this community that would financially invest in a student or in a construction project, especially given kind of the uncertainty of our economic times since COVID. That bond will allow us to add what we call comprehensive high school number 3. So that's a high school like we all probably experienced, a large high school, 2,000 students, a small innovative high school that I'll talk about in just a minute, We'll also be able to do some athletic field and facility improvements, including adding a girls' softball field at Pasco High School. They're currently the only sport that doesn't have their own field at their school. They currently go off-site for their practice, so we're really proud and honored to be able to offer that opportunity for them. We'll also be able to make some career and technical education enhancements and modernizations at both Pasco High and Chiawana as we open the third high school with a signature program of art or of agriculture. We want to also make sure that Pasco High and Chiawana's infrastructure is updated to be able to offer high quality career and technical education programming. And then we always purchase land now for future schools. Land's cheaper now than it will be, and land is a decrease in commodities. So we want to make sure that we have it now in places where we need it for future schools. So like I said, our bond passed. It passed at 60.91 was the approval rate. I had a friend who the same time that I ran our bond and it passed, hers failed in her community. She turned around, ran it again in just the next election cycle, and it passed. Her bond passed at 60.27, not that I am competitive in watching, but I am competitive and I was watching. So she is having 60.27 tattooed on herself. I am not doing that. However, the address to our new school will be 6091 as a way to, and I want to thank you, Assistant Superintendent Raul Satal, for working with the city to make that happen for us. So, we are just proud and honored. It was the first time that a bond passed its first election in 17 years in our community. So thank you for your support. So I want to tell you about these new schools that you so generously supported. Our first, again, is Comprehensive High School number 3. The school board just took final action to name the school. It will be named Sageview High School. This is an artist rendering of what that school will look like. The school will serve 2,000 students, almost 300,000 square feet. It's built on land, again, that we already own because our practice is to purchase land now for future buildings. It'll have a career and technical education programming with that signature agricultural program. We're really excited to have some additional land there for potential innovative uses for an agricultural CTE program. It is off Burns and Road 60 and scheduled to open in fall of 2025. And I'm going to give you, not a sneak peek, but this is what the branding will look like. It'll be Sageview High School, the home of the Lobos, with that dark forest green and black and gray will be its primary colors with a really pretty sage as an accent color. The construction of our new school is in its 32nd week. The main gym walls are up. We're completed by the end of January. You can start to see things like dugouts and concession stands. The site is really starting to look like a high school. When you look at it, you can tell what's going to be there. And I have, Anna, I'm clicking. Okay, a video. One more time.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. This happens every time.
Every time.
I sweat every time there's a video in the presentation. There you go. Thank you. the next school I'd like to talk about is our Career and College Academy. That's what we were referring to as a small innovative high school. We then had the working name Career and College Academy to kind of forecast to people what it was going to be about. Now it has an official name, so drum roll for Orion High School. That will be the name of the school. And this is an artist rendering of the school. We actually took the Delta High School floor plan and had our architects enlarge it to house 200 additional students, so the school will be built for 600. It is off of Salt Lake over by Curie STEM Elementary and Ochoa Middle School. And you may ask, well, why did you choose to house the school there? We already owned land on a parcel of land over there that really wasn't big enough to do anything else other than this with it. It also, in a lot of ways, makes sense that we have Delta High School off of Road 100, and we'll have a mirrored kind of program off of Salt Lake to really serve the continuum of our community. So people are very interested in, what do you mean by Career and College Academy? What do you mean by small innovative high school? So think, those of you who are familiar with Delta High School, so think Delta High School. So it's a small school of choice. It is only for Pasco students. However, we love running Delta with Kennewick and Richland. This school will be for Pasco students only. And it is a program that will allow students to graduate with a career trajectory in mind. And it's very important to us as a district that that career trajectory be on a continuum of jobs they can do with industry credentials that they can earn while they're with us, or that they go to 2-year, 4-year, or beyond college experiences to do. So that continuum of offering will be available at this school. So if you hear, I heard that Pasco School District is building a quote-unquote vocational school on the east side, you can say, myth busted. I heard from the superintendent that that's not it at all. There'll be a continuum of offerings that would allow students to leave the school with a credential into a high-demand, high-wage job, or they could then go off to college for a degree that takes advanced school. So the current pathways at that school will be things around engineering, manufacturing, human and health services, and business and marketing. So if you think about kind of the first 2 years as being really the same as, you take English 101 and all of that, but at the same time, students are exploring their own interests, careers they might be inspired to want to do beyond high school. And then the second 2 years would be getting internship, apprenticeship experiences, and taking those classes that would give them those industry credentials so they could leave our system ready to go into jobs right here in our very own community. So when asked, what are you doing to help support workforce development as a district? We have robust CTE programs, and the Career and College Academy is a new offering in our district that we're very excited about. And I want to thank people in this room who are a part of envisioning this. This was not my idea, it was not the district's idea. This district was born in a partnership of the community asking us to offer an innovative approach to educating students in our community. So we've packaged it up, the community's dream, and we're handing it right back to you with a gigantic thank you of your support. So like I said, it'll be on Salt Lake. Bids will start in spring of 2024, and the school will open in 2025, fall of 2025. So we'll open the two schools at the same time. Anytime you add new schools, you have to change boundaries to the school because there has to be kids that will go there. So while the small innovative high school is a school of choice, the comprehensive high school needs its own boundaries. This is a picture of Pasco School District's current high school boundaries. The community helped us identify some guiding principles that you can see there, and our board had some foundational principles that we're using to develop scenarios in partnership with a technical team that we're taking out to the community for feedback. So right now we're engaged in what we call a cycle of input, where we've identified some initial scenarios. Those have been gone out to the community, and then we're collecting feedback from the community, and then we'll revise the scenario and go out again. We'll continue that kind of cycle of input as long as we need to for the community to feel listened to, and that we really feel like we're in a good spot for the board to take action on a set of boundaries. Our goal would be to have that done in March, but if we need to do some additional input from the community, we wouldn't let that need for input. We would slow the process down in order to center input from the community versus forcing a decision in March. So our goal is to run a process where the community feels seen, heard, and valued, because these are our community schools and we want our community to feel comfortable with where their students are going to school. The last thing I want to do before my time is up is introduce a new program offering, which is our Pasco Transition Center. This has been a missing offering in our special education menu of offerings, which is really focused in on our students who are 18 to 21. Students in our special education programs can take advantage of schooling until they're 21, and until now we haven't had a robust offering for our 18 to 21 year olds. So any student in Pasco who is on an individualized education plan that is 18 to 21 and has successfully completed all the graduation requirements can take advantage of this offering, whose mission is to enhance vocational, social, and independent living skills. We currently are housing this program in a set of portables behind Rowena Chess Elementary, which you might have like eyebrow raised, like why did they do that? That set of portables is directly across the street from the Transit Transfer Center, which is hugely important for our students to learn that independent skill of being able to navigate public transportation to get to their jobs. So students in this program are learning their basic self-care skills, they're learning about budgeting, and they're taking advantage of employers who have invited our students in so they can get some job experiences. You can see those listed here. I see the Mid-Columbia Library, thank you Kyle for that, and many other of you that are in here may also be on this list. If you are not on this list and you'd like to be a partner as a business with us in inviting one of our students in this program in, please see myself or Anna if you wave. We would love to get you connected to the teacher that is really envisioning this program. She's amazing, she has a heart and passion for this, and we're just so excited to be able to offer this to our families and to our students. And again, it really was a missing offering for us, and it's just been incredible. The entire class came over and attended my last Soup with the Soup at noon, and I had a whole room full of our students there, and it just was absolutely inspiring as a superintendent, and makes me want to continue to work really hard on their behalf. So if you want to partner with me in that, please come see us. I have the best kids in the, well, excuse me, we as a community, Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland, have the best kids in the universe, and they need to be in your business, and it's showing you how awesome they are. So with that, it's just an honor and pleasure, and I'll turn it back over to Martine. Thank you.